All right, we're going to talk about how we could have called the Facebook bottom today. We're going to talk about our daily psychological cleansing as well, how we did everything, our game plan in Forex, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Oh, technical analysis. It's so much fun. It brings us so much joy, so much pain, so much everything in between. But only if there was a method to the madness. Is there a way to really just look at a stock and say, there's an extremely high probability the stock is going to bounce here? Now, most people say, well, yes. I mean, you ask the majority of traders out there, do you know technical analysis? And they will swear by their methodologies. Like, yeah, my system is, I do this when this happens. I know what this means. And everybody stems up confidence when you talk about their technical analysis. But a lot of times when it comes applying it to the market, you either forget, freeze up, don't act accordingly, and you have a difficult time making money. Well, we're actually having an open house this week. And we were playing around with Facebook today, but there was a conviction call today near support. And what I like to do, that's a 15-minute chart, you see. There's a conviction way to call the bottom of Facebook today. And a lot of you guys probably thought, no way. Or maybe you think I'm flying through the air with my little Superman cape on, as Captain Hindsight, and I could go back to a chart and say, okay, look what we could have done here, and we could have bought here, and then we could have held it all, and then we could have sold here. But no, ladies and gentlemen, this is not another episode of South Park with Captain Hindsight flying to the rescue to show you what you can do in the stock market. These are things that we're doing in a real-time basis. These are things that we're showing you in a real-time basis. And we're doing it really in one of the worst weeks of trading that we'll get this year. Why? Because it's FOMC. The Fed is talking tomorrow. That generally means people pull their money on the sidelines because they're just simply waiting to see what the Fed will say. I mean, that is a very big thing. Happens to coincide with my open house, and I'm just trying to literally find basically stocks that we can profit on, so we can really make this open house into something big, show you guys the value of being part of the fastest growing trading community in the nation. And I really wanted to bring a lot of, good things to you. The news flow is kind of slow right now. That sucks when you're the Newsbeat room. However, the strength in our technical analysis will carry us to the finish line this week. So I just want, whether you traded Facebook or not today, I just really want you to see what we did, because a lot of people thought it was impossible. What if I told you you could have called the bottom in Facebook today using something so simple? You know what it is about technical analysis, the thing that I have learned? It's not that if you buy off a technical level that it works or it didn't work. It's not about that. It's knowing when to use it. It's knowing when to use your technical analysis. It's knowing to say, okay, this is when I actually have to use my support lines. Because as you guys noticed today, there are a lot of support levels that start hitting on my charts where I'm thinking of buying, and then I turn away and I say, you know what? Not now. Why? Why? Wouldn't it be better, for example, if you're using anything, any support line, whether it's a moving average, a Fibonacci support, a Bollinger Band support, a pivot support, trend line support, wouldn't it be great if you knew when to look at it and say, yes, I'm going to do it here, or no, I'm not going to do it here? That is extremely, extremely powerful. Unfortunately, most educational classes out there don't teach you that. They say, this is what the candlestick pattern looks like. This is what the moving average says. It says if it pulls down here, you're running into support, you have to buy. What if I told you you could look at trading differently than you've ever looked at it before in your entire life? Where you never pigeonhole yourself into something. So somebody asked me today, I got an email from one of the, somebody trying out our room, and dude, if you don't sign up, I mean, come on. All right, so this dude, He had his best day ever as a trader today. He says, when I called that conviction bottom in Facebook, he took $5,000 worth of calls and he's up $11,000. He was piecing out on the way up, and he never had a five-figure day. He said his second best day here was 2,983, and he's trialing the room, and he really enjoyed the bottom of Facebook today. Okay, here's the thing. I want you to think of it differently. When you look at your support lines, I want you to be able to say, no, I don't want to buy here. I don't want you to look at a stock ever in the morning and say, I have to buy this name. I can't let this name get away from me. Could you imagine? It is ingrained in you as a human being, especially if you're a male. Yeah. Males are scientifically a little bit proven there to be just slightly hardwired differently, and that's just because where we came from over evolution and time. And what happens is when males would go out and hunt, they would remain extremely patient. They wouldn't see a bunch of deer run by and go crazy and run at them full speed hoping to nail one. They would let 100 of them get away before they got one, because that's all they needed to eat. They didn't need to catch 10 of them. They didn't need to catch 20. And I'm using deer as an example. I don't think did saber-toothed tigers really exist when humans were around? I have to look that up. But you get the point. The point is, as a hunter, you don't have to kill everything in order to feed yourself. So what I want is, I want you guys to get used to ignoring trades. Just saying, you know what? The market's coming in, doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's hitting my support level, but I have a feeling it's not going to work this time. I can help you produce that feeling. I'll help you produce that feeling where a stock will work or not work. I will help you learn that conviction. I will teach you trend lines. We do have a course this Thursday. It's not a full technical analysis course, which a lot of you guys have been asking. At the end of the day, it's going to be a trend line course, which is something that's unique. I invented. It's an algo buster strategy. It called a lot of things perfectly recently, and then I'm going to show you how we called the bottom of Facebook. I did not forget, ladies and gentlemen, please. So, okay, let's start with Baba. So yesterday in the pre-market in Baba, here's a daily chart of Alibaba. I said the stock can bottom out at 182.87. Completely random. Here, I'll erase all the lines. I'll erase everything here. So yesterday in the morning, Alibaba didn't even open yet. It was going to open $2.28 lower off a gap down. And people were asking about it in the pre-market to me, and they said, where can Alibaba bottom? And I said $192.87. Quite a crazy number. And then you see the day lows from Baba yesterday, and it was 192.80. And you're probably sitting there thinking, what is it, magic? No, it's algorithmic analysis, and it's going to take over technical analysis, and it's going to help develop whatever technical analysis you know to the next level. By no means am I saying forget what you're doing. What I'm saying is add to your arsenal. You know, the U.S. Army still uses tanks. That doesn't mean we don't have stealth bombers, okay? Upgrade your arsenal. The market changed, the market evolved. You want to upgrade your arsenal to the next level? Or do you honestly believe a training course that was created 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago is going to be effective today in every sense of the imagination? If that were true, ladies and gentlemen, we would all be profitable traders. If it was as simple as 1 + 1 = 2, and as long as you know that, you make money, every single person would be a profitable trader. So what I'm bringing you is something that is unavailable anywhere. You can't learn this anywhere. There's no book I read. This is over 40,000 hours of studying charts. It cost me 40,000 hours of blood, sweat, tears, a marriage. It cost me a lot of things to get to this point. So when I come to you, I'm coming to you like a seasoned, grizzled veteran showing you these things. So if you wanted to know how I called the bottom of Alibaba yesterday, on Monday, March 19th, I simply connected on the daily the January 31st high right over there to the March 13th high. That's it. So you're telling me you could have predicted that with a single trend line? So why not all trend lines work? Why do things break? Why don't things, And you might ask that. I'll teach you the difference for when it will work and when it won't work. And I'm going to teach you that on Thursday. And it's one of the most sought after programs here at T3. And it's going to be my honor and pleasure to share it with you. My information. It's basically the top tier firms, when they hire me to help program their algorithms in their black boxes, I am giving to you for what is it? I think it's like $100 or $195, or if you sign up for the room, I think it's $100. I'm giving to you what I charge them $60,000 for. And that's $60,000 for 3 days. Each additional day is another 20,000. I mean, I've milked over 180,000. From one firm, I milk these firms like crazy. I charge them 20,000 a day, minimum 3 days. So I'm literally going to teach you that for a minute fraction of the price. And it's going to be important, and it's going to take your trading to the next level. Because I said, if I'm going to start a community and I'm going to be around traders who are going to help me make money and help develop them, that is what I'm looking for in return. As I said, when I run these open houses, when I run these training courses, 100% of the money I make goes to charity. 100%. So it's not about the money. It's about having you be part of something bigger and having all of us benefit from that, yourself and myself included. I tell traders this all the time, that when you join the room, you think, oh wow, this is great, he's calling bottoms, I'm making money, everything is fine and dandy, or I see myself at least how I can grow from a lot of these trades, and I see exactly what he's doing, and I'm starting to get used to it, but eventually I'm going to make money off you. I promise you. You might not see it yet, but you're going to bring up a name and I'm going to be like, oh my goodness. If you don't believe me, look at the names today. Look at the names I traded today. I didn't care about Oracle. I didn't really care much about Oracle. I was keeping an eye on it, It could have moved, it could have stayed. I didn't care about Oracle, but somebody brought it up and I shorted it right over here when it was going through 47.11. Stock went to 46.84, a quick 27-cent drop. I had a couple thousand shares. I made a couple $100, and I'm like, thank you. You just made me a couple $100 by bringing that to my attention. Because I know how to trade these names, and I'm going to share with you how I trade these names, and I'm going to do it in a real-time basis, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing before I do it to make it easy for you to follow. So with that being said, how did I call the bottom in Facebook today? Could have you looked at Facebook today and said, you can bottom today at 162.25. The day low is actually 161.95. Could have you said that? Could have you said that in Facebook today? Now, what if it was like this? What if it was like this in Facebook? What if I came to you when the stock was at 164 and I said, look guys, here's what's going to happen in Facebook. If we get to 162.25, I am going to be 6, 7, maybe 10 times heavier now than I was in my other positions. If we go down to 162.25, I am going to hit it hard over there. This is when the stock had a day low of 164 and change. So I'm telling you guys, dollars ahead. It's not like it came out of left field. So I'm telling you guys, like literally, I'm like, guys, if this comes down there, I'm going 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times heavier. One of the biggest problems of a new trader, one of the things that you are going to learn here, I don't care if you've been trading 10 years, 15 years, one of the things you are going to learn here is when to size up and when to size down. That is one of the most important things to do as a trader. That is one of the biggest mistakes that traders make. That is one of the hardest things for traders to accomplish, is to know when to size up and know when to size down. So traders try to dumb it down. They try to make it simple and say, I'm going to take the same size every time, because I don't know how to control my size. And then what happens is when the market slows down like this week, because it's an FOMC week, and you're doing the same, whatever number it is for you, with the same 1,000 shares in whatever you're trading, as opposed to a very active week when you should be going for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 shares, all of a sudden your P&L doesn't reflect what you want. You're not accomplishing your dreams. So what I'm saying is, don't forget what you do. Let me help add on positive qualities to your trading, which will change your perspective on the markets forever. That is my goal. So, without further ado, why was I telling you guys I was going to go 6, 7, maybe 10 times heavier if Facebook broke 162 and a quarter? Why did I say that? Would you believe me? Would you believe me if I simply said this? There was an S3 pivot point support at 162.24.7. S3 support. Would you believe me if that's all it took? A predetermined number, which you could get on freestockcharts.com. You could literally just go down and just literally click the pivot point button here, and all these will show up automatically. And that's how I called the bottom of Facebook today. Now, many of you are thinking the same thing. Wow, that is amazing. Wow, I can't believe it worked. And then you're going to try it on 100 other names, and you're not going to know why it works sometimes and why it fails other times. You will simply have no idea. Now, if you ask me, Mark, so how did you know this time that an S3 support, which everybody, their mother, their grandmothers, their grandparents, their next door neighbors, their friends, their cousins, their uncles, their aunts, their acquaintances, and random strangers around them can use this information for free, but why did it work today, and how did you know it was going to work today? That is the question you should be asking. And the reason why it worked today is the following. In a market, listen carefully, in a market that is green, I'm talking about the triple Qs where Facebook is heavily weighted. When the Qs are green, if a stock has 2 large red bars on the daily in a row, and you're on that second red bar, on that day, if nobody downgraded the stock and you are trading 3 times or more your average trading volume for the last 3 months, 89% of the time you will bounce off S3 support. Now, that is the incredible part. Not that I used an S3 support, but that I was able to not only tell you my conviction, tell you my size, tell you, how much heavier I'm going, and then actually do it in real time and call the bottom in perhaps one of the names that everybody had one of the hardest times calling a bottom in today. That was the impressive part. Do you want to sit there and do 10 hours of homework? Are you that person who's up 5:45 in the morning and is working all night? You want to know why I have a show every day? You want to know why I know all these things? Because I work yes, I work it off. I work it, baby. I work really, really hard. And by working really hard, I get to share those extra hours which you can spend in front of a TV with whatever you have in your hand, your family, and I was referring to an alcoholic beverage, but don't drink. It's bad for you. Whatever you're doing, so you have the time to enjoy life. So I work my butt off and figure these things out with a pen and paper. That's how I figure these things out. So when Facebook was going towards that S3 support today, in my head, if I took this trade 100 times, it should work on average 89. It's actually 89.3%. So it should have worked, let's round down. Let's say it would have worked 89 times or approximately 9 out of 10. I knew that there was approximately a 90% chance that this trade was going to work. That's why I said I was going to go 6, 7, 10 times heavier. That's why. And I know that might sound dumbfounding to you guys, like, oh my God, there's people out there who are doing that? And the answer is yes. And we're doing it here in this room. And I share this analysis with you in real time. I tell you what I'm buying. I tell you my price. If I'm buying stocks and shares, you see it on your screen. You see my position. You see my P&L for better or worse. You see it all. That's what you get in this room. That is the difference between me and other traders. Because most traders, they start 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9, talking Eastern Standard Time traders, of course. I don't even want to know what time you wake up in the morning, Reinhold, considering you're in Germany. But they're traders, and then once 4 o'clock hits, they're done. They're done for the day. They go, they, whatever they do, their day is over. My day did not end yet, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know the first break? I eat food in front of my computer. I drink coffee. Now, you guys must think, oh, damn, this kid is neurotic. What's wrong with this guy? I'm just explaining to you what it takes to have this ability or knowledge to be able to make calls like this for, when I'm right or when I'm wrong. You want to know my first break I have every single day? 7 o'clock p.m. I eat dinner, and I literally finish about 7:06, 7:07 p.m. It takes me 6-7 minutes to eat my dinner, and then I'm right back here setting up the Newsbeat show. Once this Newsbeat show is over, once I'm done answering everybody's questions and analysis and thoughts and everything that I can about the market, my day will end about 8:15 to 8:30. Then I am done. I have about a 15, 16-hour workday every day. I don't want to tell you what my Saturdays and Sundays look like, because you would be surprised how much I work. The only exception is Friday. A lot of times I'll leave a couple hours early, just so I could just unwind. I'm not going to do it this week, obviously, with the open house, but that's generally my break. So if you're wondering what it takes to get there, it's the work I do. What it takes for me to get you at a very high level is much easier. Much easier. For me, you have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a broadcaster. You don't have to put in 10% of those hours to become a good trader. You have to put in work, but you don't have to put in that much work if you know what to do already. So I'm really here, ultimately, what you can get out of me is you can get the ability to garner conviction, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, whatever it is. So yeah, that's where I teach you how to fish, and that's why I have classes, because if you want to learn how to do it. So there was a funny thing. There's a girl I know, and she took great pride. So wait, hold on one second. I'll tell you that story. But yeah, that's how we nailed the bottom in Facebook again. We bought heavy conviction, or a heavier conviction, right at the day lows based on a simple pivot point S3 support. That is what we did. You could go on any chart and put up your pivot points, and you'll see exactly how we called the bottom of Facebook. That's all it took. It wasn't that it was S3, it was what the stock was doing, how it was set up on the daily here, and just a beautiful bottom call we had. So now I'm going to go into psychological cleansing, because everybody had a hard day, whether you made money or you lost money or you broke even or you're stressed from whatever. It's good to get I call it a psychological enema. Not to sound crappy, wink wink, because it really tries to clear out your brain. It really tries to help you heal. There's a study, a Stanford study, talking about how people live longer when they release their stresses at the end of the day. I'm literally trying to help you trade better, live longer, be healthier when doing these stories. So clear your mind for tomorrow. There was this girl I knew who took great pride in the growth and care of the flowers that she had in her garden. I used to be very close to this girl, let's just put it that way. This girl, she's been raised by her grandmother, who taught her to love and care for flowers as she herself had done. So this girl, like her grandmother, her flower garden was really second to none. I mean, this girl was an obsessive flower gardener. So one day, while she had her little flower catalog. They have these little flower catalogs, and they show pictures of the beautiful flowers and all the colors. And she ordered from it. Showed me the picture, and she showed me this plant that caught her eye. She had never seen blooms on a flower like that before. And she was like, "Mark, I gotta have it. I gotta have it." And I was like, "All right, all right, all right, all right." She ordered it. When it arrived, she already had a place prepared to plant it. She set up the little soil part of her garden to plant these new flowers. She planted it at the base. There was this wall at the back of our yard, and she placed it right against a stone wall that we had right at the back of our yard. And it literally started growing vigorously with these gorgeous, beautiful green leaves all over it. I mean, there were really these iridescent green leaves. It was absolutely gorgeous. I think it was from Brazil. But day after day, she was working it, she was cultivating it, watering it, feeding it, and she even talked to it and attempting to coax it to bloom. I kid you not. She would go outside and she would talk to the flowers, and because there were studies showing that if you play music for flowers or animals, they're happier, less stressed, live longer, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so she would literally go out and talk to the plant, but to no avail. So weeks later went by. She stood behind the vine, or just right before, and she was literally saying how she was so disappointed that her plant had not bloomed. She was like almost getting like sad, depressed. She was giving considerable thought to cutting it down and planting something else. She's like, I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's not the right temperature. We got it, I think, from Brazil. I think it was like one of those rainforest plants, and they allowed us to ship it over. So she tried planting it, and it was really hot weather. It was down in Florida at the time, and like we couldn't really. She just couldn't get it to bloom. She couldn't get it to bloom. So she was giving up on it, trying to cut it down, and I'm like, no, don't cut it down, give it a chance. And I was really trying to encourage her to just keep it, because for some reason in my head I saw that she was doing everything right. I saw that she was giving love, affection, and care to those plants. I had no reason in the world to think they wouldn't grow. So while she said she was convinced it wouldn't grow, I would tell her it is going to grow. She's like, stop, that makes me angry. I don't like when you say that because it makes me really upset. She really took this gardening to heart. And I said, okay, look, it's either going to grow or it's not going to grow. You have the right to believe it won't grow. I have the right to believe it will grow. And we left it like that. So she's like, if it doesn't happen by this Saturday, I'm cutting them down and I'm going to plant something else. It's not doing anything. So at this point, our neighbor, whose lot was attached to ours, she was outside and I was in the kitchen, and she called her over and she was like, oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I appreciate it. You can't imagine how much I have enjoyed the blooms of the vine you planted. So, she's looking, like, what are you talking about? So she looked through the gate into the neighbor's yard, and sure enough, we saw that on the other side of the wall was that vine filled with blooms. And they were absolutely beautiful. In fact, she said it was the most beautiful bloom she had ever seen. I mean, I appreciate these things, maybe not to that level. I'm like, wow, they look really nice. The vine literally crept through the crevices and had not flowered on our side of the fence, but it flowered luxuriantly on the other side of the fence. So why am I sharing this awkward story with you, ladies and gentlemen, today? What is the point? And the point is, just because you cannot see the good result of your labor does not mean that it bore nor no fruit. Just because you cannot see the good results of your trading doesn't mean that it is actually not producing fruit that is ready to pick. Ladies and gentlemen, do not give up. There are traders, I spoke to somebody who's in the open house today. Started with a $200,000 account, and they're down to 70,000 before they join the open house here, and they're trying to make the money. And they reach out to me in email, and he's basically, this dude is down 130,000. And I said, you know what? First of all, there'd be traders. There are people out there who would kill to be in your shoes right now with a $70,000 trading account. First of all, second of all, don't think that all the pain that you have gone through has not led you here for some reason. There might be something that is with this room that is going to change your trading for the rest of your life. And I'm not just talking about traders who are losing money. I'm talking about profitable traders. We have some of the best traders that I know in the planet in this room. Traders who make far more money than me. Traders who manage very serious 8-figure accounts. Traders who really have a lot of, you know, big shots, Wall Street big shots, if you will, that follow us here because there is value in this room. And I believe that whether you're making money in this market, I believe that you're going to make more money in this market as a result of me. And if you're losing money in this market, you're going to stop the hemorrhaging and you're actually going to make money. I believe in you the same way I believed in her plants. I believe in you. Why? Because you have come this far. I have been that stupid trader who chased day highs before. I have been that stupid trader who shorted through day lows before. I have been that impulsive trader who felt like I had to be part of a stock because I was afraid it would run away from me. I was that trader. I was that trader who thought trading was as easy as just, buying at certain levels and selling at other levels without really giving it any deep thought. I was that person. And I was able to change, and I believe in you, and I believe you can change, and I think you should look up instead of behind you. Leave all the crappy things behind you. Look forward to the future. I humbly believe I'm going to have a tremendous impact, not just on your trading, but in your life as a human being, to do good things for other people in the world. And game plan in Forex? Sure. Here's my game plan. I'm watching Twitter. Why? Because I think it could bounce tomorrow. Twitter got slammed alongside Facebook today. Because apparently when Facebook goes down, Twitter must get destroyed. So Twitter literally got slammed today. A lot of you guys took calls because we were watching it as a good overnight. It's gapped up 50 cents currently. Who knows where I'll open tomorrow. And I gave you a very simple trigger here. I gave you the trigger on the hourly, the 1 o'clock high on the hourly today, 32.24. Could get you to 32.84 and 33.81. That's a very big breakout range there on the hourly. So I'm watching 32.24 as your bullish trigger in Twitter. Are you ready for a lot of Forex trades, ladies and gentlemen? Are you? Well, here. 2 live orders. Both of them are actually up money now. This one was down money before, and now they're both up. Very little since the time I bought it. So those are live positions. Underneath here, you guys get my new open orders. This is literally a screenshot from my account. You could literally see the time. It uses Army time, and you literally see the type of order, buy, the size, standard lots, the symbol I'm trading, the symbol, the Forex pairing I'm trading if you wish to follow me. You have the price of where I'm setting my bid. You have SL, the price where I'm looking to get stopped out if I'm wrong. TP is not toilet paper. That is take profit to find out the level of where I will sell out if I'm right. So you get all that information and more just for watching this Newsbeat show. This will always be free for you guys. 5 days a week, I update the orders. I simply cancel the orders from the other night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard every day, and I put in new ones for you guys. So right here is my Forex. And of course now we are going to go into the full stock analysis, and I'm going to share it with you guys tonight, and this just basically give you a little feeling of how I answer stock questions in the room. I'm going to fly through it tonight and just try to answer you guys ASAP, because I need a glass of water. I had a very long day. Okay, so let's go ahead and start, and I can only answer questions for those people in the room. If you wish to be in the room, we have a trial that ends Friday. It's free. You'll find a link in the description. Feel free to join us. Wow. I'm not really sure. Try using Google Chrome, Tom, is how you would get it. Netflix trend line. Let's take a look at Netflix. What trend line did you use? 2.9 to 3.19. I did to 3.2. You could use 3.19 as well. Yep, that's legitimate as well. I like that as well, Kathy. I agree. Pags ready to bounce off the double bottom there. Okay, yeah. That would be very nice. Key level to hold above tomorrow on PAGS 34.48, Kathy. ISRG in the middle, up on some volume. So you took some ISRG calls into earnings. Good luck with that. Intuitive Surgical, key support tomorrow 429.44. But obviously you're watching it as an earnings play. It was actually S3 support, Reinhold. Has tonight's session begun? It has, Alan. Reinhold, sorry. Okay. Wow. It's 1 o'clock at night there in Germany. Kind of late. Not exactly the McRib story, Thomas. You don't want to know the McRib story. I'm every trader. You're looking for a pull in long play, Andrew, on, okay, let's get to the charts. On Nucor, Nucor is a bit farther away from me. Let's see if there's anything nearby. No, unfortunately for me on Nucor, I'm looking for a move like to 58.79. So Nucor would have to pull in quite significantly if I would like to take that one long, Andrew. Winnebago, didn't they report? Or they're reporting tomorrow or this week. Let's cover it then. I'm not sure if they reported already, but I think they're reporting this week if they didn't do it already. $42 on the dot is support, FYI, in Winnebago. Cisco, looking for a long support line. $43.71 tomorrow in Cisco. Clorox Bleach, major support in Clorox. $125.29 in Clorox tomorrow. Triple D, true support tomorrow near the exponential 21 is $11.62, Andrew, in Triple D. USG support tomorrow 32.23. I know I do this fast, but I'm blessed that I have all these lines saved on my chart so I could answer you guys very easily. Angela, do I post my triggers or just say them live? Trying to learn. I post my triggers every morning, or rather I talk about them. I say them in the pre-market, and then in real time I'll also say it live, Angela. Oh, sorry to hear that, Miles. Well, I hope it's because something good is happening. Yes, you do get the real time, Thomas. Dave, Continental Resources. Ooh, just missed. It's a nice pop today. The true level to break out from tomorrow is 54.33. Vonage, this one actually successfully broke out. Look for a follow through tomorrow through 1101, but if it pulls back just a little, 1086 will be your support tomorrow, Dave. Jimmy, you're looking for an entry in Google. I'm assuming you're meaning a swing entry. Best level I see now in GOOGL, $1,054.36 in Google. FedEx will be interesting. Yeah, a lot of you guys, wow, they shot up, they pulled down. Crazy move in FedEx. Randy, please look at Tesla. Sure. Support in Tesla tomorrow, $295.93. It looks bearish to me, like I said before. I'm looking for a breakdown under $300 to buy this one. Hey, Ricardo. Pioneer Energy Services. Neutral. Support tomorrow, $2.77. Juniper Pharmaceuticals, JNP. Whoa, what a move. Holy moly. Breakout 1280? Wow. Haven't even been watching that one until you mentioned it. Barbara, what's my view on Facebook tomorrow? I see it's gapped down after hours, about $1.35. I still have 25% of my position that I took from earlier. I mean, the true support tomorrow is going to come in just under 161 at $160.96. I'm not sure we'll exactly get there tomorrow. Very beaten up name. I would look. I guess I'm betting on a break of $170.20, but again, they pulled it down after hours. We'll have to see what it does tomorrow. Can you see my screen? Yeah, Timothy, you can see my screen. It's actually up right now. I wish I had tech support to help you. You should try to use Google Chrome when using T3 Live's virtual trading floor. GW Pharmaceuticals, level for long and on. World's most successful marijuana company, $114.10 on GWPH as support tomorrow. I don't really judge the validity of chatter. I think the mule chatter was a little more valid because people were talking about it on Bloomberg and there were more people talking about it, and now it's at $44. So, I mean, it's definitely, I see it as legitimate. Ravi, Visa for a long. Ooh, just ran up into that resistance today. So, key level tomorrow to hold above is 125.02. Joe, Casa, breakout level is all-time high of 34.21. If you're looking for the stock to pull back, the key support to hold above tomorrow, 31.47. Team, bullish falling wedge, support tomorrow, $57.96. Reinhold, AAOI right here, trying to hold bullish, critical tomorrow that you hold above $26.59 to remain if you're going to get a reversal. Are the Forex trades real time? Forex trades are literally my real trades. I mean, these are the trades I put in tonight. So it's hard to really say if they're real time. These are two trades that I got filled from the other day above the gray line. Below are just new orders that I put in tonight. If you actually look here, I don't know how correct that time is. I basically have been putting these orders at 7:17 p.m., 7:19 p.m., 7:20 p.m., 7:21 p.m. So I literally put in these orders tonight, and none of them get filled. So I just sit there and leave them. So it's easier to relay to you afterwards. And yes, I put them in immediately before showing you. And as a member of this room, you get them mailed to you as well, as long as you share your email with me. Is there a different chat you are working off of here? No, I'm not working off of a different chat, Eric. However, I have people from Goldman, people from Merrill, people from Morgan, people from a lot of these different analyst firms in my, it's almost like an AOL Instant Messenger and a Skype, and we communicate with each other. So if they communicate something important to me, I will relay that information to you guys right away. So it's almost as if you have access to the top news guys on the planet. That has always been my goal with this room. Square, beautiful breakout. Yeah, all-time highs, 58.07. Tomorrow's high and breakout on Square. Jimmy, can I go over shop 2? Yes. Is that another all-time high? Sure is. Just phenomenally powerful names. Where would I like to buy shop tomorrow? I always like pullbacks, 148.63. But if it doesn't pull back, all-time high is 154.82 for a follow-through. Ravi for solar, bullish, resistance tomorrow, 73.53. If the stock wants to pull in tomorrow, I'm starting to see support by 69.91 on First Solar there. Marathon Oil, MRO. breakout pattern is 1537. Kathy, Etsy. That's what they get for selling Dave's photography. Stock is this near all-time highs? Near all-time highs. 35.74 all-time highs. You tried to resolve the bull flag today. Key level to hold above tomorrow, 28.40 on Etsy. Beautiful bull flag. How high do I think Square could go? I think it could go to 60. Appreciate that heads up on Mule. X coming back into support, 37.81. Which, again, surrounding yourself with positivity is definitely a good thing to do. I like my favorite photo ever, Dave's photo, naked eye imagery at Etsy. Definitely good stuff. Definitely check it out. X looks extremely bearish. I would look for a breakdown of 37.90 in letter X. And I agree with you, Kathy. And so, yeah, right. Joe, Whiting Petroleum, little bit bullish here. Key level to hold above tomorrow to remain bullish, $30.22. Hi, Eric. You bought some Twitter at 31.39 after hours. Congratulations. Where would I put a stop? $31.50 would be my stop if I was long from there. Kathy, Boson. Yeah, all the Chinese names were powerful today. Beautiful breakout in Boson, making fresh all-time highs at 51.68. Maybe we get some follow-through from there. Yeah, X really looks bearish to me. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat show and the Newsbeat nightly broadcast combined into one. Happy trading, make money, and we will see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.